That's crazy. We live. Welcome to we live, people. We live. We live on the Go Time TV show. Now I been waiting to do this whole Twitch, YouTube, because I'm new to the streaming thing, right? You feel me? I'm usually it popped up. There you go. I'm able to see it. I'm usually either doing like YouTube videos or like the Instagram videos, but I like this streaming world. I'm about to like really jump into this streaming world. But the first thing that we're gonna talk about before we even get to that, I had a whole argument yesterday. Gotta talk about battle rap because I got some things, starting in Miami battle rap. Got some things going on. I can't let everybody in the game room, but it's gonna be all right. And one of the prominent people who I got respect for, as a matter of fact, which is Mike. That's my dog. Shout out Mike. We got into a little debacle, a little heated argument, if you will, yesterday. Because what I've noticed with the culture of battle rap, right? And this is Miami. This is my world. I'm trying to bring y'all into my world so y'all can be in y'all world, and we can just be, in each other's world. I noticed that when you have a culture of people who like, all right, they've tried one thing or they've tried multiple things, and they, they're invested, so they're not gonna walk away from said thing, right? Because I put my time, I put my money, blood, sweat, and tears in this thing. But you also simultaneously, there's like a resentment, or there's a strong notion of not negative, because you still want something like, to flourish, but it's like, man, I've been working this thing for years and it seems like it just can't get over that hump, right? All right, cool. So you kind of grow this love-hate relationship, if you will, right, with said thing. Right now I'm talking about Miami battle rap. So me and Mike, we go back and forth, get into it pretty much. Mike feels like, he's like, man, ain't no saving Miami battle rap. It sat where it sat, and everybody has tried everything they did. My dog YS, who's also a battle rapper in Miami, and is also somebody very important to the battle rap culture in Miami, right? YS, I watched him take the culture, in his own hands. He was doing his own face-offs. He got the dope location. He got the ticket sales. That was a dope event. We got a raw event out of that. I believe Rolo and King Kia battled that night. If I'm not mistaken, that was like, like one of them ones. I also did not see nobody repeat. I didn't see nobody keep that going. So when I hear people tell me, man, we've done that before, or we've tried this before, I'm like, yeah, I seen you try it, but then I seen you stop for whatever reason. And I just feel like when you have something like a goal at hand, and when you know what you on, there is no stop. Like the only person can like stop is you. And I now remember, but like this for. That's why I like this world. Because I feel like I could talk to y'all could talk to me, y'all get it. But I didn't bring y'all here for this. I brought y'all here because Rory and Julian seems like they got a little tiff going on. Like, if y'all don't know, we talk about the new Rory and Maul podcast, right? And I seen this coming. Pause, because especially during the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake debacle, Julian seems to have, or if I guess he's in the camp of J. Cole, right? Or he's a part of that team, or he has ties with that team, something to that nature, right? So you can kind of hear Julian, with his bias takes when it comes to J. Cole. You can hear Maul with his clear bias takes, and we're gonna talk about that when it comes to Drake. But then you got Rory and Damaris, who gives a pretty objective, objective opinion on what's going on. But I can definitely hear like the discord between not so much Julian and the other partners, but just like you can just see he wasn't happy with the situation. You get what I'm saying? And then it really came out when they're speaking about. Julian is speaking about J. Cole. There's an opinion or something like that, and Maul brings it up, and Maul like So much to the point where Maul calls what's my guy name? God damn it, I forgot the man name, but he had the show with Akademiks, right? That's my dog. He calls him and Julian. He does not. He doesn't want to have that conversation when it comes down to J. Cole. He was very upset. It's almost, you can tell when somebody's doing content, and you can tell when somebody doesn't care about disrupting the content. It's a thin line, but like you could tell when a person goes, man, I don't care. When they're cutting you off, and the guy and the other person's like, hey man, like, this is for the listeners, and you're like, man, fuck the listeners. Like that. That's when, like, okay, I don't really care what we doing now at this point. I'm in full tantrum mode. I don't care about the listeners. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad about what I'm mad about. So I'm watching this. Shout out to Danny from the Stop. I respect Danny from the Stop, not for anything other than I respect somebody taking their dream or their content or whatever they got going on, and being consistent and turning that into something, right? So me being a Joe Budden, and then I'm gonna get to the Rory. We got all. Come on now, we got it's me and y'all. Me being a Joe Budden fan, a Joe Budden podcast fan, I would go to Dan's page, right, just to like get not even the inside, but let's say I'm at work, you don't listen to the whole podcast, but you still in that mode. You kind of want to hear content around that mode, so it made sense, right? Now you could kind of weave through the bullshit. When Danny was creating shit out of thin air, when okay, he may have a point here, that's just content, but that's all a part of it, right? But a lot of the times, Danny don't be wrong. Danny don't be wrong, and I think we forget that Danny actually had Rory on his pod and a couple of other people on his pod. So you never know these conversations that are after. But let's see what's going on. I want to see what's that, because Danny said that Rory is going off on Julian for lying, on him and joining the Joe Budden. He joined the Spaces. Oh, that's disrespectful. That's cold. You can't do that. Let me tell you why you can't do that. Then we go. Check this out. That's like Rocky joining the Spaces with Rory and Maul and Taxstone. And now Rocky, and I get why Queen's Flip do what he do when he kind of gives Rocky a hard time, and he kind of like jabs at it, because it's I don't want to use the word weird, but it does raises the eyebrows when, okay, Rocky, you know that I'm not really, cool with Rory, Maul, Taxstone, but you over, or Dan at one point we was, but now we not for whatever reason. Okay, cool, but you jumping into Spaces, and you're jumping a part of the conversations that are pretty much bashing me, right? I don't know, but you may be joining in some of the bashes. All right, cool. You let time go by. Now you in our Spaces, right? You with Flip and E-Money and like it's all cool, and we supposed to just act like it's all cool, and that's, I don't want to use the word weird, but it raises eyebrows, right? Because you just can't. That's the ops. You going over to play with the ops, then you to spinning the block, and then you coming over to play with me, and I don't know what that's messy. I don't like it. I don't like nothing about it. So Rory, Julian, if you know that, but this is Joe Budden. We don't rock with you. Not only that, you threw shots towards Joe, and you was gang, you was team. So hey man, we not rocking with the JBP. It is what it is. Cool, but now just to remove yourself or get fired or however that goes, now you're not a part of the Rory and Maul podcast, and then you join the Joe Budden Spaces. It raises eyebrows. Not for nothing other than your character. Like, well, hold on, dog. So now, like, that's I don't like that movement. So let's see. I just want to see what's going on. We gonna be here. Let's just see.
Rory goes off on Julian for lying on his name and joining Joe Budden in Spaces.
Dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. No, like I don't even know how that would come up in the office. Like, hey, Julian, if you happen to run into Joe on the street, don't say anything to him. Like, what? That's the dumbest shit I've heard. That was just a blatant lie.
Could it have been maybe someone else in the organization?
No. Maul didn't tell him that. Nope. So what? Julian came in the office one day and was like, "Hey, I really want to talk to Joe," and we were like, "No, like, come on, that's just stupid."
How do you feel about Julian joining Joe today? Like,
I think it says more about him than it does anything. That's all.
yeah,
You were just posting DV tweets about him a few months ago, and now it was just all jokes. Haha, me and Joe have an understanding.
it does seem like
Okay, see, right there, right. So apparently, somebody lying. Somebody lying. This right here. My mom always told me it's three of them. Is your truth, huh? It's my truth, huh? And it's the true truth. And somebody out of these two is lying, which means that, all right, Julian is saying that Rory told him, "Hey, if you see Joe on the street, don't say nothing to me." I don't know none of these people from a can of paint. I just don't see that happening. The reason why I don't see that happening is because Rory and Maul stand on two very different sides of the coin when it comes down to this Joe Budden situation. You just heard him say, "Ha, joke's on you. Me and Joe have an understanding." Meanwhile, Maul, matter of fact, I could pull it up. Yeah, I ain't playing with y'all. I could pull it up. Cause right here, I'm gonna show y'all. Maul literally just spoke on him and Joe Budden, right? He was in like a seat or something. If I don't find it in 30 seconds, I don't care. But he was pretty much saying he'll never speak with Joe again. Let me see, boy. Hey, look at that. But Dan be having
Maul
him now.
says he would never work with Joe Budden again.
Do you think y'all would ever be able to work again with Joe Buttons?
No, it's not beef, but as men, again, I think when certain things are said and done, I think it's best for us to just never, come across each other again, because again, we're men, and I mean that's fine. Everything,
for sure.
relationships, you outgrow each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to do a lot of work on myself, internally and just mentally and spirit.
That's cool. Hold up. I don't, no disrespect, but I don't want to get too far. I played that to show you guys Rory and Maul are like on I'm telling y'all, they are on two completely different sides of the coin when it comes to this. So it's funny hearing Julian go, Rory told me not to talk to Joe. I don't see that happening. Why? Because you hear Joe Budden speak about when I forgot where they was at. You get what I'm saying? But there's been multiple. They have too many mutual friends. E-Money's cool with Rory. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Damaris and Ish is cool. Like they have a lot of ice. They have a lot of the mutual friends where they were at somebody's concert. And E-Money went over there to go talk to Rory. Feel me? They were at, I believe, like a little get together, or I don't know if it was a day brunch or it was something, but Joe speaks about it where he's saying, everybody kind of went over there to kind of mingle with everybody. I don't know if Maul was there or not. I don't believe Maul was there, but I know Rory was there. And when Joe walks over there, he says that Rory, showed his ass. You get what I'm saying? So, and I guess it wasn't in the best to where they could speak at the time, but prior to that, they both spoke about them having conversations and them having they have an understanding. I don't believe Joe and Rory's issue is as deep as Maul and Rory's issue. Maul and Rory's issue is like a friendship. Well, I'm tripping. No, I don't believe Joe and Rory's issue is as deep as Joe and Maul's issue. Maul and Joe's issue is like personal. Like when it's like when it very, very first started. And we gonna get back to Julian, but we gotta break this down for real in real time. Maul and Joe's, nigga, we was roommates. You know what I'm saying? We was cool. You feel me? If you know. So if you even go back to when Joe fired Rory. And if you go back to those episodes when he's talking about it, he's speaking about it like, man, I told Rory to leave. I ain't tell you to leave, Maul. I didn't even think you were going to side with Rory, but Maul wasn't so much siding with Rory as to more he was siding like, yo, you ain't finna talk to me crazy, dog. When Joe goes, I don't owe my friends respect. That's it. Like, that's the hammer. That's where Maul shifts. That's where Maul's like, whoa, what you mean you don't owe me respect? Because Maul's viewing it like, nigga, like, you could tell I'm big on respect. So it was like, so I guess like he took it like, what you saying is, at any given time, nigga, you feel like you could disrespect me, nigga. Like, I don't know, but Maul took that very personal, right? You could tell that's when the whole, the numbers and all that. If it was really that, where's the lawsuit, guys? Drake just showed y'all, nigga ain't waste no time. If I got something, if the numbers ain't right, I'm going to the people. So clearly, something ain't. You feel me? Like if Rory is saying that, yo, me and Joe got to understand it, clearly, either somebody had a misunderstanding about the numbers or somebody lying. Told y'all 1, 2, 3. You done true. You done true. Somebody. So Julian, I think what Julian is doing is trying to, because when you with this team and you throwing the dirt, you feel me, and you thinking that, yeah, we just got this $10 million deal, you feel me, we finna do our thing, new Rory and Maul, we up, it's all right, cool, right? But like I said earlier, and I'm glad I started it like that, when you start something with your dream, your passion, and you know this is on you, it's not about the optics or the semantics. This shit don't stop until I stop it, which means Joe Budden just had the whole thing where he almost, he won a lawsuit, but let's say if he loses the lawsuit with the with his neighbors, right? And now he got to move, and then let's say for whatever reason that puts a damper on future locations, and let's say for whatever reason Park shit can't do it because the wires are, now we got to go to Joe's living room. Joe's mindset, or the way that that Mamba like mentality, nigga, we are in my living room. I don't give a fuck if we outside. I'm going to shoot where I got to shoot. Because if I'm at 0, I could go wherever. But if you just completely stop, that's it. There isn't like this is not no like more or less than that. Like, nigga, if you stop, you stop. Like, and I think low key what humans be doing is be like low key wanting like the unseen, like whether it's God, the universe, they be wanting like that energy to like do something just to see like, damn, like if I stop, will God like, hey, you're supposed to keep going? It's almost like you like test. It's almost like you like a child, like a baby. And like your mama say, hey, don't go out there, don't touch the hot stove. And you just like, well, are you saying don't go outside because it's danger? Or are you saying don't go outside because I may really enjoy this shit and never not gonna come back? Right? So some kids are gonna look outside the window. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to what mom said. That shit don't look too cool. I'm gonna sit down. You got them other kids that will take their ass outside. But out of that, there's half of them are going outside like, fuck it, it is what it is. And the other half are going outside with the mindset, mama, please come get me. I just kind of want to see what it felt like, but I don't really want to go outside. It's the nigga saying, nigga, I'll fight. And you grab him, nigga, chill. You let him go, nigga, hey, like, nah, nigga, don't let my shit go for real. I'm just trying to let the niggas know, nigga, I'm saying, I ain't pussy. Like, we do that as human beings with our life. We'll stop doing what we love just to see if the universe or whatever is going to say, hey, nah, keep going, right? But I'm here to tell you, sometimes the universe or God will just be like, okay, nigga, you want to stop? Go ahead, stop. I'm telling you what it is. If you want to stop. And because we don't know what's going to happen if we stop, either the nigga go, well, fuck it, I'm just stop. Or you got a nigga like me, like, I cannot not stop. I got to keep going. You see what I'm saying? So Joe's not going to fucking stop. What that means is when Julian leaves the Rory shit and realizes, damn, this nigga Joe is not gonna stop, and I just kind of been bashing fool. Maybe let me clear this up. See how I brought that around? Maybe let me clear this up, and if I clear this shit up, right? If I clear this shit up, how can I clear it up? Well, I was only doing that because Rory told me to. Well, I was only like, what I'm saying? Because Rory said, yo, if you see Joe in public, don't say nothing. That's not even a real enough reason if that is true. If I'm Joe and you telling me, damn, nigga, so you didn't talk to me because the next man told you not to, well, that's crazy about you. That's wild. So it's like, yeah, I don't understand why he would use that angle unless it's absolutely true. And if that's, because you got to give two sides. So if that say it is true, and Rory, because I don't want to take it like I'm just straight taking Rory's side. Let's say it is true, and Rory's like, yeah, man, don't rock with Buddy. That could have happened. After Rory and Joe get into it the second time, Rory could have definitely came back and said, man, fuck Joe Budden. Hey, bro, I ain't rocking with dog. You don't have to say it verbatim. You could just probably like give notions or nah, man, don't mention fool. But then again, when you have Maul right next to Rory going, it has not changed his shit. The whole time, nigga, Mom is saying, I ain't talking to dude. I don't want to talk to dude. Don't mention that nigga while I'm in the room. I don't want to be in the same room as that nigga. Nigga ain't no beef. That's it. That it is what it is. That's where Julian's story kind of like, because we got somebody that is like double date, nigga. If you think Roy don't like the nigga Maul really don't like the nigga. So what we talking about? It's weird. It's very, very weird. I don't get it. I don't understand it, and I just wish that we'd have more details. I don't know.
The line was blurred or crossed today. I mean, if you're saying that you never told him to stay away from Joe, or Maul never told him, or anyone ever told him, and
there's been times that Joe has said stuff on his pod, and we've said we're not going to say anything on the air. But Julian said I was told I wasn't allowed to even talk to it. Like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. No one ever said that to him.
Do you think it was just kind of assumed no one could speak to Joe?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, if Julian was on Spaces with Joe talking when he was working with us, I would look at it as weird. But no one ever, that didn't even enter my mind that would be a thing, to let alone say it to him. I think he misspoke. He got caught up and nervous and was trying to save face. Same way with his poem when he was making up that people quit and it was just him and Damaris left. Like Yomi moved to Atlanta. She bought a house with her partner, and then she also shot her.
Okay, all right. One thing I can say about Dan, that boy be on it. Like Dan really be on it. And now I also wanted to jump into. Shut up, battle rap. I also wanted to jump into this DJ Akademiks and Plaque Boy Max situation. You are in trouble. The reason why Akademiks is in trouble is because this ain't good, brother. This ain't good because you just spent almost a year, right? Almost a year going ham, with the whole Drake, Kendrick, the back and forth, they not like just everything about that. Ak has not let that go. So much so to where even when Drake wasn't talking about it, you just kept digging at it. So much so to where you went. It was I don't know if y'all see. I gotta find this. Just because this was bad. You went and tweeted and shined a light on somebody which appeared to be a Kendrick Lamar fan, right? Who had some weird, allegations or whatever the case may be around his name. And look
Kendrick Lamar fans are fucking weirdos, and the rest of y'all who are in the middle who are entertained by this are fucking weirdos. When I'm watching a Twitter account that's putting up certificates for spotting child abuse, and a nigga is playing with possibly Epstein-like shit, and y'all are still saying, hey, give us another clue. Fuck that, nigga. You either go report that this nigga is, you have proof that this nigga is an actual predator, and he should be in jail. Send it to me, I'll send it to the cops, okay? You know me. I'll communicate with them motherfuckers, okay? I'll send it to the cops even for Drake. Either you send the info, but stop with this, hey, have you ever, like, fuck out of here with that shit, nigga.
That's crazy. Because, boy, let me see if I could just pull this up before I even continue. Akademiks is in trouble right now with this whole, because I don't want to put up no long video with just, is this the audio?
DJ Akademiks.
Send some strippers over there.
Clip and let y'all see what I'm talking about.
Yo, Nor, what's your address? I'm gonna send some strippers over there.
Slow down, yo. I am 15. I hope you know that, bro. You trying to get...
You scared of women, bro.
I'm not scared of women. Yo, bro, you trying to put me on a case. You trying to put them on a case.
That right there. That right there. Cause now I get serious because I got kids. That right there is wild. There is no gray area with this, and that's the problem. Even when you hear DJ Akademiks addressing it, he keeps trying to make it, nah, man, you know, he like little bro. He like little bro, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, you know, it's like if we all, you know, at our crib, and it's like our little cousin, you know, he 15, like, hey, boy, what you got? Hey, boy, you ain't shaking none over that. Understand, nigga, that's not cool, nigga. It's not okay. And this is not your little brother, right? That's because this shit just got real. So I also heard Akademiks as he's explaining the Plaque Boy Max, as he's explaining how Plaque Boy Max should have contacted me before he, you know, said this is weird activity. And I like when Plaque Boy Max like, nigga, I seen it. I don't why I gotta call you when I seen it. And what I seen, it was weird. However you spin it, it's weird. Even when when Akademiks is trying to break that down and explain to the people that, oh, you know, this guy, man, he know, like he's trying to like explain like that jit, you know, from the crib from Miami. So when we say jit, we talking about a kid. He trying to explain, make it seem like jit is aware, like man, jit be scamming, like man, jit done came in here like, oh, I want to, you know, end it all. Because and they end up giving him money, whatever, right? And they felt like he was scamming them, right? This is a kid still. Regardless of how this goes, this is a kid. Like I don't care if this boy was trying to scam. That does not, nothing Akademiks said justified what we are listening, and it gets worse.
So?
What you mean, so? That's weird.
Trying to look out.
Jit says, what do you mean, so? That's weird. Why we still having a conversation? Why you not checking this? Why y'all feel comfortable? Oh, he's a kid. Oh, he's a boy. He's a bro. That was all right. So let's flip it. Now that's a girl, and she 15. And flip it. Now you got other older women on there, and they doing the same, and they saying the same thing. Bro, that's weird, bro. It's weird. That's exactly what that is, nigga. That is grooming on another level. Akademiks didn't like the word grooming because that is exactly what that is, and there's levels to this. People think, oh, you think danger, and you think, oh, fall off a cliff. No, nigga, danger could also be a sticky bird. Nigga, if you get the right one in the right spot, that should hurt. It's levels. So,
you know, all the rappers lost their virginity to like old women, right? Like,
all right, so what we got going on?
Bruh. You just told this kid. You just told this jit, you know, all the popular rappers lost their virginity to older women. So not only are